Many of you have asked me, hey, should I rent or should I buy when moving to Texas? And so in this video, Celia Hill, she is a guest here today, and she is an apartment locator, and I wanted to bring her on because we wanted to talk about the pros and cons to renting versus buying when moving to Texas. So Celia, can you maybe share a little bit about yourself, maybe how long you've been helping people find apartments, and maybe a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I actually was from this area originally, and then moved to Houston and graduated from high school down that way, and then been back in this area ever since. And so I'm very familiar with the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I have 2 kids that I have raised in this area, and just love what I do. I love the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and that's basically it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many years have you been helping people find apartments?
Yeah, I've been doing it way too long.
Okay, no. So that means more than 10 years,
yes,
right?
I would say probably about 15, off and on. And yeah, it's enough to really know the area, know the properties, and know how to place the people that I'm helping.
Good. So she helps in Dallas and Fort Worth. You can even help in Houston because you're familiar with there.
Yeah.
She's made special trips to Houston to help people. And so she's very familiar with the area and has watched it grow. And apartments will pop up here, they'll pop up there. I've been in apartments for a long time too. That was my start, was leasing apartments when I was 19 years old. So that was my introduction to real estate. And then after that I started investing in property. Then I got my real estate license. I sold new homes. Anyway, so all that to say, she's very experienced and can help you if you need an apartment before you purchase a home. But let's talk about the pros and cons of renting versus buying when moving to Texas from out of state. So share with me your opinions of why someone should rent first versus buy when moving.
Well, I have a lot of people that contact us that are transferring into this area, and they don't have any idea where they want to be. You know, we can kind of base it off of where their work location is, but it's, to me, an ideal thing to come into the area, find an apartment, get settled in, and then start venturing out and learning the locations, learning the neighborhoods and the school districts and the shopping, and just kind of decide what area appeals the most to you and where you really want to go for your permanent home. And once they've settled in and they found what they're looking for, then we get them in an apartment, and then they contact you, and you eventually will find them a home.
Yeah, so the pro to renting first is, especially with Dallas-Fort Worth, it's a very large area. It can be very overwhelming. And so if you rent first, you get a chance to get to know the area before, you don't want to get stuck someplace you don't like. But then there's also the con, which I get from many families, is, man, I really don't want to move twice. I just want to rely on your expertise and have you help me find the right location for my family. We can do that too. Either or, we're happy to help with both, right? All right, so tell me a little bit about the process of someone moving here from out of state to finding an apartment.
Okay, Dana will normally either email me or give you, the information of how to get in touch with you, and then when I do communicate with you, I just find out what we're looking for. What's the price range you're comfortable with? What size apartment are you going to be needing? It's amazing what we can do as far as amenities. Like, if there's particular things, down to like wood floors, garden tubs. There's so many things that we can pull out. I feel like
you have more.
Yeah.
It's not that we don't have the search criteria in the MLS. It's just that agents don't always enter it right, and so sometimes it messes the search up.
Yeah.
And so even though you request wood floors only, sometimes I won't enter it because it kind of messes the search up. But her search is in many ways better than the MLS
and
search.
I'll get as particular as I can so that I know that when I send my list to you, you're gonna know, that that's what you asked for. You're wanting a 2-bedroom, you need the full-size washer-dryer connection, you'd like a fireplace. I'm going to put all that criteria in, and then I'm going to put together a customized list for that customer.
I love that.
And then if they need to move pretty quick, if they really within 30 to 45 days, we actually contact the properties, find out what units they're going to have available for that move-in date, and then we also send them that information that, you know, this is what they can do for you at this time.
Yeah.
You know.
So I had someone just contact me this week saying, oh my gosh, we're in town this weekend. We have to find an apartment, and we don't even know where to begin. And they had to find an apartment like ASAP. And so I was like, here, call Celia.
Yeah.
She can help you.
Yeah.
And so that's what she's been working on.
Right.
So I would recommend, if you're moving from out of state and you're not familiar with the area, it is so good to contact an apartment locator because they can help narrow it down for you. So the process with that would be, I'll have a rental questionnaire if you're looking to rent a house or an apartment. If you look at the link below, click on the link below, and you can fill out your dream list for a rent house. I also have one for buying as well. So if you're looking to purchase, I have a dream home questionnaire. So choose which one's appropriate for you. Once you fill that out, I'll send it to Celia, and she'll get you set up on that search right away, get you going. Even if you're not looking for 6 months or longer, you can still fill it out. We can get you set up on a search. That way you can get familiar with what's in the area. So that's very helpful, so you don't have to buy today.
I do that a lot. I have got a couple of them that Dana has referred to me that they're not moving, you know, till like April or maybe even July. And what I can do is I will send that list out. And the list, by the way, has pictures, it has amenities, it has all the pricing in it, and that way they can start getting familiar. They can start seeing what we have as far as an apartment goes. I know Dana you'll be helping them with houses that are also on the market, you know, but that just helps familiarize, even if you're not moving like that month, even if it's 2 or 3 months down the road. So
yeah, it's always good to get familiar so you're not as overwhelmed when you get here.
Right.
All right, so tell me, what are the benefits of hiring an apartment locator?
Well, and I get calls like this a lot too, where they have been trying to do their own search, and they're online, and there are, you know, some sites you can go to look at apartments, but we can really customize that list. Like, they can find a 2-bedroom in their price range, and that helps, you know, in the area they want. But if there's certain things you're looking for, if you need a 6-month lease, or, you know, you need to have the full-size washer-dryer connection, or certain amenities that you're really wanting, let us do that for you.
So you do the legwork.
Yeah.
You're doing so much legwork,
Right.
especially when you know the area and they don't, to help narrow it down so they're not just...
Yeah, absolutely. They're not just running around, because a lot of them call real frustrated because they've been going to these properties that either they don't have something available, or, you know, there's things that's not what they're looking for, and they come to me like, help.
Yeah.
You know, I need this narrowed down a little bit, or I need to find this exact thing. You know?
We find that with new homes too, and so you can go shop around on your own, new homes or apartments, but you're wasting so much time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, there's just so much time that you don't have to. Now, it's fun in the beginning, probably, but after a while, you just get exhausted.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
So let her do the work.
Yeah, right. Let me do the running around.
Okay,
for you.
how much does it cost to hire you?
Oh, and that's kind of a big deal. It's a free service. We don't charge anything to the customer. We're paid by the apartment complex, and so whenever they do lease at a property that we've recommended, then that property is going to pay my fee.
Yes.
And so it is a totally free service to them. So
Same
that's
with
nice
buyer's
too. So
agents.
you're not losing anything. You know, you're getting all this help. You're saving yourself a whole lot of time.
Yes.
You know, and it's not costing anything. So that's nice.
Right. So it's the same with apartment locating, with the buyer's agent, new homes. They pay the real estate's commission. Our services are so free to you, and
take advantage. Yeah.
Take advantage of that. So the seller or the landlord, I suppose, that's who pays our commission. What's a minimum price point that someone probably needs to have if they're moving to Dallas-Fort Worth area?
Well, I can give you some ranges. And it really is a pretty wide range. I mean, I've got some 1-bedrooms starting out around $850, $900. That's kind of on the lower end. Downtown Fort Worth has got some absolutely beautiful properties that, you know, a lot of people that just want to kind of do nothing for 6 months and let the property take care of everything. And these are almost like resorts.
Yes.
Those run 2,000, you know, 1,500.
Yeah, but that's not
higher.
bad in Fort Worth. What would
Yeah.
you say would be Dallas?
Dallas is going to be higher. I always say the more east you go, the higher the rent's going to be, and probably same thing for real estate.
Yes.
So it is going to be higher, and you know, as far as the number of apartments, I feel like Dallas probably has more options. But you know that they're going to be a little more expensive than, you know, and they also have new properties. So.
There are places to rent in Dallas for $5,000 a month.
Oh yeah.
High rises.
Yeah, high rise downtown is
So the price range may be entry level to what's the max?
I would say entry level in Dallas would probably start around 1,100, 1,000 for one bedroom, and then of course, like we said, on up to whatever you're willing to pay. I mean, those downtown units are, you know, 4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah.
You know, they can go that high if you're if that's what you're wanting. But yeah.
All right. So tell me a little bit. What's different about you than other apartment locators?
Well, I would say number one is going to be knowledge and experience. I mean, I have been doing this for many, many years. The girls I work with, we've all worked together for many years, and I mean that's key. I mean, we know what we're doing. We know.
I have to interject. I don't work with newbies, and it's not because I don't love newbies. It's because I believe in expertise, and so I didn't tell you this, but I had been through many apartment locators that I just was not happy with because I don't know. My people were falling through the cracks. They weren't being followed up with, or even just the initial contact. I know it sounds silly, but the level of knowledge and expertise that she has that others don't. At the end of the day, I just like working with experienced people. So that's like my take on it. But anyway,
it's just like our whole company. It's Apartment Locators Online. It's the name of our company, and we all are like-minded. I mean, we all, you know, are very experienced. We all try to do a good service, and we want our customers happy with, you know, what we're able to provide for them. So that's the number one thing. The other thing would be information. I mean, I have currently 3 different databases that I tap into.
Oh yes, that's right.
And
that
so
is different.
That really helps. Sometimes I'll be in one and I'm not really feeling like I'm getting all the information that I want, or I think there might be something else. And I can kind of double or triple check myself to make sure that I'm giving that customer exactly everything that I have that meets their criteria. And especially if it's kind of a harder, you know, order that I've been given, you know, then I'll do research and try to give you the best information I can. So
okay,
that
that's
helps.
great. That's really good. Can you think of any other pros or cons, just honestly speaking, of renting versus buying when people move here from out of state?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is just getting familiar. I mean, because of course the smart thing to do is to buy. You know, financially that's the smart thing to do. But you know, you don't want to be in a permanent situation, buy a home, and then find out that's not really where you wanted to live. You wish you had bought here or bought in a different town or whatever. You know, and that gives you that opportunity to really evaluate. You know, and see. So that's what I would say.
Any other thoughts on apartment locating in general?
I think that a lot of people don't really know what we do, you know, and how much we can really help them and save them time and money. And, you know, and by the way, I didn't mention that we do have access to the specials that are being offered at the properties.
Oh, specials.
Everybody likes a special. So, especially when you're relocating, you've got all the relocation expenses. That's nice to have that.
Hey, reach out, contact me, call me, email me, text me, and I also have a link below where you can fill out your dream home questionnaire and your seller's questionnaire, and we can get started. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and for more tips, click on one of these videos.